Well, despite the fact we're not really performing that well in the league, I still believe we are good enough to win the Champions League. Hello, welcome to Club 4 Part 9 of the Global Explorer. Coming up in today's episode, we do have our second leg of our round of 16 in the Champions League against Olympique de Marseille. Then obviously, should we get past them, hopefully we do get past them, we will play our second leg of the quarterfinal. Whoever that may be against, could be against Real Madrid, or I don't know if they're through. I don't think they're officially through yet. They've drew 0-0 in the first leg, but this has been the form since the last episode. It's been quite inconsistent since I think Newcastle was in the last episode. So since then, we've been pretty decent. We got a draw against Middlesbrough. We did beat Arsenal 1-0 in the FA Cup, which is very, very good. We had a 0-0 draw against Tottenham Hotspur, which I would take that considering we got battered against them in the reverse fixture. We beat QPR 4-1. We drew against Everton. We drew against Marseille in the first leg, which we did go 1-0 up, but conceded a 68th minute equaliser, which I don't mind that in the first leg. Then we did beat Peterborough in the fifth round of the FA Cup, which does see us nicely through to the quarterfinals of the FA Cup, which we do face Man City. So I think that's the plan B if today's episode doesn't go to plan. If we go out to Marseille, we'll play our FA Cup quarterfinal tie against Man City. But that's only if we go out. Obviously, if we go through to the next round of the Champions League, we will obviously do the quarterfinal. But that is still to be determined. I should probably show you the Premier League table because I doubt, depending on what happens, obviously we might not see any other Premier League games. But with 9 games left to go, we are currently down in 5th. Not the best place to be. Obviously, we're not really in any shape or form going to win the title this season. I don't think, well, depending on if we win the Champions League or not, we might not win the title ever, which will be quite heartbreaking. But what I don't want to happen is us to finish below Everton, because that would be quite tragic, I'd say. So the lineup for our second leg against Marseille, it is Mitchell in goal, a back four of Sergio, Roberto and Moreno. I'm just going to switch those two around because Roberto is a far better ball playing centre back than he is as Moreno. Then we've got Ross on the left, Goebel at the base of the midfield, then ahead of him we've got Lacroix and Galima. Amushe on the right, Elias on the left, then we've got Steven Estienne up front. Come on, lads, let's hopefully try and get a nice, simple win. That's what I'm hoping for. I don't really want any of this leave it till the 80th minute to get our first goal of the game nonsense. Cannot stand that. So if we're 2-3 goals up by half time, that would be absolutely fabulous. But I don't want any funny business. I don't want any messing around. So hopefully we can just try and get a relatively early goal just to ease the nerves. Because obviously a draw from the first leg, it's not the best result. Obviously, I'm glad we didn't lose it, but I would have been even better if we had beaten them in the first leg, and preferably by a few more goals. But obviously, it was 1-1. But yeah, still not a. Yeah, we just need to win this game. We just got to treat it like any normal league game. Get the win, and Sergio Ross with the long range effort. I mean, that was really close. That could have been. I don't know how close that was to find in the back of the net, but I think it was inches past the post. I don't know if it clipped it on the way past, but it was really close. I don't think, if that's on target, I don't think the goalkeeper's getting that, because that was really far into the corner. But Marseille have got the ball. Can we just get the tackle in? Goes past our player far too easily. He really does. So we just, defensively this season, we've just been a little bit shaky, I think. Obviously, if things don't go to plan, I think that's definitely the area of improvement needed in the summer, but I'm not thinking about the summer just yet. Obviously, unless we go out today, then we'll have to start thinking about the summer. Sergio has got the ball. Dave Lacroix with the header just over the top of the crossbar. We're actually performing quite well. Obviously, first 20 minutes, the stats, even though the stats don't look like it, we have had quite a lot of a possession, and somehow we just need to find a goal. Sergio goes down, but I presume the referee played advantage because we've still got possession of the ball in a very dangerous area. Ross has got the ball now to Lacroix. Essien, Lacroix, that was beautiful link-up play between Essien and Lacroix, but it's just unfortunate we couldn't find the back of there. But I do presume that was our first shot on target from Lacroix, which somehow should have been a goal, but with 15 minutes left to go, I'm feeling quite confident that we can get a goal. And it might be this first half that we can get the opening goal of the game, which will put us ahead on the aggregate scoreline. But if not, I'm more than confident that we're definitely gonna get a few goals in the second half. Because looking at the stats, obviously we've had 10 shots through on target. Marseille only the 2 shots. Moreno has picked up a potential foot injury. Hopefully it's nothing serious. We will get on. We'll get on Yekini. Sergio can just move into centre back. Yekini at right back. I think that's fairly simple. I don't really want to get on Evan Davies. Not in the Champions League. The last few games of the Premier League, yeah, by all means play it, but no, not this. Important games of the season. Mouche has got the ball. That's a decent cross. Tries to find Essien, but it does fall to Sergio Ross. Will he put the ball into the box? He doesn't. Lacroix does, but he tried to get. I think Essien did get his head onto it, but just couldn't quite direct it to the goal. Elias, come on, let's get the ball back in the box. Get it across goal. Dave Lacroix once again with another decent strike, and it's another. I think it was a block this time from the Marseille defence instead of a save from the goalkeeper, but their goalkeeper averaging a 7.6. I don't blame that because he's kept them in this tie, but at some point he will concede a goal, and hopefully when he concedes a goal, he'll concede a few more after that. Ross has got the ball down to Lacroix. Ross again, go ball. Somebody have a shot, please. Just somebody have a crack. Somebody get it in the box. Shaqiri, that's a good ball. Lacroix, oh my god, yay! Ngalima, about time we put the ball into the back of it there. What was that, like 3 shots in the space of a minute? But thank you for putting the ball in the goal. Lacroix, I mean, he was unlucky not to score there, and Hamuche, a very simple finish from Sean. Ngalima to put us 1-0 up, 2-1 up on aggregate. So I think judging by the stats, I think we're probably home and dry now because we've had 18 shots, 10 on target. Marseille still stuck on the 2 shots. So I think we're definitely going through to the next round. Not officially confirmed, but I think we are, and I'm feeling quite. I think I'm pleased to say we can go through to the next round. So don't see Marseille get a goal. Mourinho's gonna come on for Elias. So we're just at this point in time, we're literally just resting players, like the key players. Gobel is going to come off for Mario. I think that'll probably be the only changes we shall do for now. Obviously, we had to make that one change in the first half. Obviously, we've only got 2 subs left with 1 stoppage remaining. Santos has got the ball. Marseille have got the ball down the right-hand side. Can we hopefully try and get an attacker in Essien? That is absolutely wonderful. Just keep on running. Have a shot, that's fine. Did it take a deflection? It looked like it took deflection, but I don't think it did. But hopefully, hopefully we can get a second goal. But I mean, if in doubt, I don't really mind if we don't get a second goal. Obviously, if Marseille get a goal here, the equaliser, that is slightly not problematic because I don't see them getting any other goals. But Shongo has put the ball into the back of the net to make it 1-0, 2-1 on aggregate. And as it stands, the game will be going to extra time unless we can grab a second goal, which will once again put us back in the league. But 10 minutes left to go. Hamuche absolutely shattered, so Pashuti is going to come on, and I think the final change will be Lacroix off for McFadden, and that will be the last change of the game. 10 minutes left to go. Let's keep on a balanced mentality. Then obviously if we start losing, which hopefully we won't come to that, but hopefully we can get a goal now would be ideal. Essien now to McFadden. Romarinho has got the ball. McFadden just make the run in behind the defence, but doesn't need to. Oscar Murillo has got the ball. That's a great shot. Oh, that could have been, I thought I was going into the top right-hand corner, but it was just wide of a goal. And with 5 minutes left to go, are we going to get a winning goal, or is it going to be extra time? I think it's going to be extra time, unless we get a late goal here. Ideally for us, not for Marseille, but Romarinho has got the ball. Ross is continuing his overlapping or underlapping run, whatever you want to call it. Romarinho, come on. Roma, McFadden, Roma, come on. You've got to be choking. Come on, McFadden, what a goal. The goalkeeper, a little questionable because it was literally kicked straight at him, but the ball, the kick, some power behind that. What a strike. I was a little bit worried that we wouldn't actually get the shot on goal, but we did. McFadden was there to save it. I mean, yeah, goalkeeping, yeah, you can't really do much when he's pretty much already on the floor, but we've done it just about. We do need to obviously perform a lot better in the next round, regardless of who we play against. I mean, if it's against Real Madrid, good God, that's gonna be a tricky game. But hopefully it's not. Oh, it is Real Madrid. I put the kiss of death on it. I think we're going out. I hope we're not going out, but if we can beat Real Madrid, I think we'll just go on and win the whole thing. When is the next round? That's quite some time away. That is quite some time away. It really is. But I think we can do it. I think we'll just play through the whole bunch of games. We will go through to our next round against in the Champions League. Obviously, hopefully we're also in the semi-final of the FA Cup at the same time, which again, I'm not too bothered about that. I don't know what the board want, but hopefully we can go into Madrid, hopefully get with a decent result in the first leg, and hopefully not much work to do in the second leg, and hopefully with a spot in the semi-final up for grabs. Well, since our round of 16 win against Olympique Marseille, I'd say the form has been very mixed, I would say, especially in the Premier League, because we did get a 1-1 draw against Brighton. Then we beat Watford 5-1, which completely bonkers. Essien with 4 goals in that game. Then we drew against Nottingham Forest, who are very much battling for relegation. We did beat Man City in the FA Cup quarter-final, which does set us up nicely with a FA Cup semi-final tie against Aston Villa, which will definitely be in the next episode, whether that be alongside the second leg in the Champions League remains to be seen. But we did have a very good first leg against Real Madrid. We had a shocking first 20 minutes, which we were 2-0 down, but then we switched to a positive mentality. Then the things got a lot better, and since then it was 3-0 at, was it 3-0 at halftime? 3-2 at halftime. Then Lacroix got a 54th minute equaliser. Romarinho put the ball into the back of the net to make it 4-3, which absolutely bonkers. It really was that game. Then unfortunately we did lose against Brentford 3-2, with the Premier League table looking like this with 5 games left to go. I mean, between me and you, I couldn't care less about the Premier League. My focus is definitely with the Champions League, because I want to win that. I don't really want to do another season, but obviously we know the rules. 20 years maximum, then I'm done. Because obviously, if we don't win it this year, we have to win it next year. And if we don't win it next year, mission failed. And I don't want that to happen. So hopefully we can win it this year. Hopefully we can get past Real Madrid, which obviously we are 1 goal up, which I preferred it to be a bigger lead, but it's fine. So in goal, we have got Prieto. Unfortunately, Mitchell did pick up a injury just before the first leg, but we did all right in the first leg, so I think we'll be fine, just fine this leg. So then we've got a back four: Iachini, Moreno, Roberto, and Ross. Gable at the base of the midfield. Then ahead of him we've got Ingalima and Lacroix, Pastruti on the right, Elias on the left, Essien up front. Come on, lads, let's hopefully get relative, I wouldn't say a simple win, just a win. I take it just a win. A draw would still be good enough to get us through, but obviously, if we could avoid the defeat, that would be absolutely perfect. But if we can just grab an early goal, that does pile the pressure on Real Madrid. Obviously, we are going into this game on a balanced mentality. We did that in the last leg. Didn't really go to plan. Then we switched to the positive, and things went much better from here. But we are obviously one goal up. But obviously, Real Madrid are probably like I wouldn't say they're the best team in the world, but they're certainly up there. But hopefully, we can try and get a few goals before half time. Obviously, in the last leg, we got 2 goals before half time. Hopefully, that's the same for this leg, and hopefully, obviously, ideally, without Real Madrid scoring too many goals this game, that would be ideal. But I don't think that's going to happen. Essien has got the ball. Dave Lacroix has got the ball. He tries to put the ball into the back of the net, but it is a good save from the Real Madrid goalkeeper to deny us our first goal of the game. Roberto, back to Roberto again. Come on, Ross. Let's get it into the box. Roberto doesn't want the ball out there. He's not a left back. He's a centre back. Just get it away from him. Ross, let's get the ball into the box. Moreno, come on. Let's try and do something. That's a good run from Ngalima. Essien has put the ball into the back of the net. That's the goal we wanted. And that does give us a 2-goal advantage on the aggregate scoreline. So, obviously, if Real Madrid want any chance of going through, they will need to get 2 goals to send it to extra time. Obviously, 3 goals just to win the game outright. And that's at the minimum. Just a 3-goal lead. That's what they'll need. Because if we can get a few more goals, ideally 1 more goal this half, that would be the dream scenario. And hopefully that should be enough to see us through to the semi-finals. I don't know. I haven't looked to see what the potential semi-final draw is, but I'm suspecting it could be Spurs or Arsenal, which that's not ideal considering our Premier League track record this season. Isn't great. We're 2-0 up, by the way. Why couldn't we play like this in the first leg? We're away from home, and Real Madrid haven't showed up at their place at the Santiago Bernabeu. Real Madrid have not shown up. They haven't turned up yet, which obviously I will take all day long. But they've only had 2 shots, 1 on target. I mean, we've had this sort of thing happen before when we were in charge of Real Betis. We played Real Madrid, and they just haven't started the game well at all. I mean, they haven't started the second half well at all as well. But half an hour left to go. Real Madrid, I mean, judging by the stats, I think they're done. I think they're out. I think we're going through to the semi-finals, which I didn't think it was going to happen, but we are. Ross is going to make way for Osborne. I think we will. I want to keep these front 3 as fit as possible, but it's quite hard because they are quite old, and Hamuche is quite shattered, so we'll leave him off. We'll leave Pashuti on for a little bit longer. Elias is going to come off for Romario. I think that'll probably be it for now. Essien is coming back from an injury. He had a slight injury, just a minor injury, not a big one, just a little knock, but we will get him off sooner rather than later. But Real Madrid have got 1 goal back. I'm not nervous yet because they still need another 2 goals to send it to extra time, which I don't think is going to happen. I mean, I'm saying it's never going to happen. They do have another corner. Obviously, they scoff on their last corner. I'm hoping they don't do it again. And that was a good save from Prieto, or someone headed it off the goal line. But that was let's take a look at that goal. Not that goal again, but Prieto, absolutely, that was close. That not close, but yeah, it's a goal line save. It really is. But hopefully, this game is really, really lucky. I feel like 20 years might be the maximum. So if we can win the Champions League this year, that'd be great. Because obviously, in case I'm sure you're all aware by now, the World Cup International Management is back on FM as of next Tuesday, the 26th of May. So hopefully we can win the Champions League this season. Then possibly we might do a save with England. I just the one season, well, the World Cup with England. See if we can win the World Cup with England, or maybe some other team, but definitely with England. I think that's to be confirmed, obviously, as of yet. We are going to make a couple more changes. Bashruti will now make way for Hamouche, and Essien will come off for Antonio. Obviously, we are taking these off with very much with the vision that we are through to the semi-finals. Obviously, if Real Madrid score 2 goals now, we're in big trouble because we've pretty much sacrificed our front three now with a spot in the semi-finals up for grabs. And Yukini does get cleared, but danger's not over yet. Osborne now to Romario. Let's just get the ball upfield. I don't know where I don't care where it goes as long as we clear the ball upfield, which we have. Romario has got the ball now to Goebel. Romario, Goebel. This is looking very positive. David Crow puts the ball into the back of net. That's a third goal for us on the night. 7-4 on aggregate, and that is almost definitely our spot in the semi-final all secured for this season. I'll tell you what, if we don't win the Champions League this year, we're never going to win it. I'm fairly sure we'll definitely win it next year if we don't win it this year, but next episode, it's going to be a tough one. It really is. Mentally and physically, it's going to be tough because we need to get to this final. Purely because for the save and for me to win the Champions League. We get Arsenal. What did we do against them last time? Obviously, we played them 3 times in a row. Is this going to go well? I don't think this is going to go well. I really don't. What did we do against them last time? Okay, we drew... Actually, what? Slight change of plan for tomorrow's episode. I know I said we were going to do the FA Cup semi-final, but regardless of that, I think we are going to beat Aston Villa because they are... I don't know where they are. They're 9th in the Premier League. I think we'll definitely get past them because I think tomorrow's semi-final is going to be absolutely... It's going to be ridiculous. I'm nervous about it. I'm not usually nervous about semi-finals, but I'm really nervous for this one. But coming up in tomorrow's episode, we will have our both legs of our Champions League semi-final tie against Arsenal, where hopefully, if we get past them, we will be in the Champions League final. If you have enjoyed today's video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel for more Daily Football Manager videos, and thank you very much for watching.